Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles are Wimble. Yeah, I'm doing a video, aren't I? What can I talk about? I did watch in 2022 the one of the episodes of the Wombles, but it's the 50th anniversary, and I don't know what to talk about. So it's decent. I like one of the songs. I never listened to the Banana Rock or whatever the other songs were. I listened to the popular ones when I was a kid. But anyway, because of the 50th anniversary, I'm in the rush, just want to speak too fast. Don't know why there's a noise in the background. It's the 50th anniversary. Let's show some clips about the 50th anniversary of the Wombles. Let's begin.
50 years. I can't quite believe it's 50 years since the eco-conscious Wimbledon Common borrowers, the Wombles, shot to fame across the globe.
But it wasn't just their stories about recycling rubbish that captured the hearts of millions, it was their music.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon Common are we. Remember you're a Womble, remember you're a Womble, remember you're a Womble, remember you're a Womble. Every day, come on along, get your boots on. The Wombles are on parade.
Well, look, we're thrilled to be joined by Mike Batt, who's the man behind the Wombles hits, to take a look back at their legacy. Morning to you, Mike.
Morning.
Lovely to see you.
Morning.
50 years. Can you quite believe it?
I can't believe I'm here after 50 years. But, you know, I mean, it was so much fun that I can't not remember it. I mean, of course, I mean, the expression, remember you're a Womble, people shout it in the street, you know, at me.
Do they?
Oh, you're a Womble. I say, yes, I can't forget.
Yeah.
You won't let me forget. But I really enjoy it. I mean, when people say to me in interviews, not unlike this kind of interview, you know, do you ever regret the Wombles because you're supposed to be sort of, you know, wrote Bright Eyes and all the serious stuff and everything. Well, not that Bright Eyes is that serious, but you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
And I say, no, I couldn't possibly. I mean, my mum made the costumes. My family was... The amount of joy that we just got as people, you know, for just doing this, even though I set out to be like a serious musician and everything, and I'd like to think I still am, but it was just such a lot of fun. But to have 3 records in the charts at the same time, which happened in June exactly 50 years ago, so this is exactly the 50th anniversary, that is... You just asked me, do I believe it? No, but we knew at the time that it was special because it was the first time since the Beatles had done it.
Yes, so the Wombles basically were the first ones since the Beatles to have 3 albums at the same time. But just go back though, Mike, because you didn't create the Wombles, but you got to write the music for the Wombles.
That's right, yeah. I signed as an artist with Liberty Records, and then I left and became freelance, and I was starting to do jingles and stuff to make money on the side while I was trying to become a pop star. And I got this job to write some music for the thing called the Wombles, which was puppets, this high. And I said, why don't I write a song for you, and then I can mention Great Uncle Bulgaria and Tobermory and people like that. And they said, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I did it, and then I couldn't get the attention of my record company, who just thought it was a side project, like a TV thing. Yeah. So I rang up my mum, who was very good at making costumes, and said, Mum, do you think you can make me a Womble costume? Because record companies want to see the artist, and they want to know, they say I worked with the artist, you know. Yeah. And so my mum made me a costume out of really things around the house. She actually got a Wombly thing, like a ping pong ball for the nose. I don't want to give away too many secrets.
Trade secrets.
Because the Wombles we got here are real Wombles. They're not in costume.
Of course, absolutely.
But the ones that were in costumes had like a washing up mat for the nose and that sort of thing. You know? And anyway, that was what it was, and that's how it all started. And suddenly I had a hit as a Womble. I thought, well, I must have another hit, because I'd already promised myself I would follow up. And then we had Remember You're a Womble, and then we thought, oh, we'll have another one, Banana Rock. And that happily all happened at the same time. And instead of dropping out of the charts, they kept in the charts. And so, weirdly, we had 3 in there at the same time.
I think the really interesting thing, though, is you saw the advertisement in the NME. You were like 18 at the time. You wrote the song, but instead of taking the £200, you wanted
the
the
rights.
rights.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you,
It's clever.
I could have done with that £200.
Of course.
In 1974, £200 was what, £2,000?
A
Decent
lot
bit
of
of
money.
money.
Yeah,
A lot
and
of
I
money.
said, I tell you what, why don't you give me the character rights for musical purposes? Not everything, not the books or, and underlying character rights, but let me have the character rights for entertainment. And they said, fine, that's not in our business plan, you can have that, no problem. So that's how we then had the hit and the pop group. My mum made some more costumes, not just the one.
Yeah.
And off it went, and it seemed to take over the country, at least. Thankfully not the world, because it means that in places other than Great Britain, I get to be called Mike Batt, they've never heard of the Wombles.
They're not the Wombles.
Not
Yeah. So it's an amazing thing, because my first thing, we loved Wombles growing up, but
Yeah,
I was,
for sure.
1974 was the year I was born, Mike, so
great.
it's my 50th, so I feel very connected to the Wombles. But my first experience was you guys performing, with Wombles performing a Christmas special on The Word.
Yeah, and I seem to remember, they told me you were in the audience, because I just heard that today, and I stage dived into the crowd, and instead of catching me and passing me round and putting me back on stage, they just parted
Everyone got out of the way.
They
I
parted
remember
like
that
the
at the
Red
end.
Sea, and I just smashed onto the ground.
There you are, love.
That's me. And this is 1994,
Oh,
so
that's
30 years ago, Mike. It was a bit
Wow.
later. There's me, and I went with a few of my mates. We got some tickets to The Word, which was a big show at the time.
Yeah, it was a very cool show.
It was, hence me being very cool.
Of course, you're so
What on
cool.
earth was I thinking? A week from Essex in a bandana, for heaven's sake. But it was the most amazing experience.
But you also performed at Glastonbury too, right?
We did. The last time, I can say, if these were costumed Wombles,
Yes.
the last time that the costumes would have been out would have been like in 2011 when we did Glastonbury. We did a whole 1 hour live set, playing live, singing live, everything. Because on top of the pops, you had to mime.
Yes, of course.
But this was
So you were playing and singing live as well?
Glastonbury, yeah, and it was 82 degrees heat before you got your Womble costume on a sunny day.
Yeah.
And
absolutely boiling.
yeah, we had a great big fan that was
Just to try and keep you alive. So you're releasing the album, The Wombles. It's a golden 50th anniversary celebration,
To
the remastered
celebrate
singles.
50 years.
There you go.
And it is out on Friday, that
and
album.
it's I don't know whether you've got time for it to tell you, but the thing I've been doing at the moment is putting together to bed the edit of my book, which is weirdly, here's publishers for you. It's about my life and all the more serious stuff
Yes.
I've done, like, oh God,
Katie
Funk
Mellower
Club.
and- yeah.
9 Million Bicycles and all
Yeah.
that. But obviously a couple of chapters on the Wombles, and of course the publisher said to me, there must be a Womble on the front. So, but what we did, it was a sort of compromise with this one where you're not supposed to take your head off as a Womble.
No, of course
absolutely not allowed. But we did one backstage shot, which I did in when I was 23 or something, in the old days, and I've got the head like this, and I'm looking at it, and it's me, and I'm looking at it as if to say, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
It's a bit Hamlet, isn't it?
Still there,
To be or not to be.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I think there's
is the Womble okay?
The Wombles are getting ready.
He's still wombling. We're okay.
His back's gone.
Great Uncle Bulgaria's back's gone, yeah.
His back's gone.
So, are we going to have a bit of music then?
Yeah.
Because if we're going to have a bit of music, I feel
Are we
like
going to recreate
you might need a bandana.
my bandana?
You've got things
Because he
to
had a
wave.
bandana, and I think you might also need your waistcoat. Do you know how to tie a
I
bandana?
don't even remember. I don't even know how I tied it in the first place. This is me there.
Yeah.
With my bandana on.
Okay, put your waistcoat on.
Okay.
Come on, get your guns
What's
out.
this festival got
And
here?
This is what I was wearing that day, 1994, Mike.
Let's go back to the 90s.
Well, I know what I was wearing that day.
Yes, I know what you're wearing as well. Wombling costume. Time for a bit of music from the Wombles themselves.
Let's go.
Orinoco, Wellington, Bungo, and Great Uncle Bulgaria are performing one of their biggest hits. This is the Wombling song.
Go get it.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon, come on are we. Making good use of the things that we find. Things that the everyday folks leave behind. Uncle Bulgaria, he can remember the days when he was behind the times. With his map of the world, look up the papers and make them into something new. Is what we do. People don't notice us, they never see Under their noses a womble may be. Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Wimbledon, common are we.
Yay! Bravo, bravo, bravo! All our yesterdays.
Happy birthday to all the Wombles. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Absolutely brilliant.
I don't know why I stopped wearing a bandana.
Me either. I think you should wear it for the rest of the show.
Suits you.
Can
It
we
feels
cook
very
in it?
The golden release, and it's on June the 27th. And also, they made a film out of it, apparently. I didn't watch the film, but I will do after this video. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, happy Womble Day or something like that. I don't know. So, I like Wombling Christmas. I like one of the theme tunes to it. There's different sort of theme tunes to the Wombles. The same, lyrics and tunes to it. Different sort of 3 or 4 versions of it. But yeah, that's one of them. And there was also people who said they was going to make a new version of the Wombles, but I'm not sure that's true or not. I looked at some of the stuff online, and it just looks like a really crummy animation of the Wombles, and it looks rubbish. And apparently, it was going to come out in Milkshake, but I'm not sure. Milkshake is also a kids program. Morning thing on Channel 5. But yeah, anyway, I do like the Wombles. My dad grew up with the Wombles, kind of, and that's all I know of the Wombles. I'm so sorry that I haven't got much information, and it's been a short rush. It's not a short rush. It's been in a short plan to do this video, because I just noticed it about like 2 or 3 days ago, and I didn't know what else to do in those 3 days of making it, because I didn't look into it that much. But I quite like the Wombles. I don't hate the Wombles, and I don't dislike at the same time. It's in the middle, but probably because I'm a grown up, and probably because most kid shows that I watched are similar to the Wombles, and they're not the same as the Wombles, but they have this sort of charm to it. But yeah, I like the Wombles. I watched, obviously, I thought, because Brother Criminal died some years ago, and I thought maybe I can watch the Wombles and stuff like that. It was good, but because I can't show you it because of copyright claims and stuff like that. But yeah, I like the Wombles, and somebody said, yeah, it's the 50th anniversary of the Wombles, and I didn't know if he was telling the truth or not, but anyway, yeah, so this is the 50th anniversary of the Wombles. What do you think? Put in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Take care.